Yalla Home
with Anna Schofield
and Big Hass.
And it's Wednesday, 4 minutes past 5. Let's hear it for Wednesday. I'd like to say a very big, happy National Day to everyone from Saudi Arabia, including one of my bestest friends, Big Hass.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much, Anna Schofield. We love you guys too. Yes, Anna Schofield doing the Saudi dance beautifully. كل عام والوطن بألف خير. God bless Saudi Arabia. God bless the unity between Saudi Arabia and the UAE. We had to start this way, and of course, this is one of the most amazing, iconic songs. It's called Fogham Suhub, and it's a beautiful, beautiful track, really. For me, we're going to talk about it, but there is a lot of things to talk about the Saudi National Day, of course, and the unity between the UAE and Saudi Arabia. Today morning, I was in a morning event, and just now, the Sharjah Broadcast Authority, ladies and gentlemen, they made me a special kind of chocolate box with all decorated with the National Day, and specifically titled to me.
Yeah, and it's handwritten in Arabic.
Handwritten.
And it's your full name, not Big Hass.
Full name. So shout out to the
Beautiful.
Sharjah Broadcast Authority. Shout out to the team at Pulse 95 Radio that didn't let anyone touch it in the morning.
Not one chocolate has been removed.
But I'm giving the chocolate away right now, so yeah, let's go. So
come down to the studio.
Definitely that's something we're going to talk about. What else, Anna Schofield?
Do you have a friend that just gets it?
Oh,
Anything you say, they connect with you. Because studies have shown that friendship is no longer a thing. And this is just upsetting, has to be quite honest.
Isn't it upsetting? Just recent studies. I saw this on Sky News, I think. And it gotta I want to make sure it's correct, first of all. But I see why, and I see how. Why
Less
it's
friends.
like less friends. So let's talk about that.
I'm a kind of a one or two friend kind of a person. I'm not a big circle.
Yeah.
But those one or two, they're very special to me. I die for them.
That's what I'm saying. Before, it was like 7 or 10. Now, it's less.
Right.
So that's what the study shows.
Okay, maybe it's true.
We're also going to be talking about this Egyptian rapper who I've had the pleasure to talk to, Anna. She's incredible. Her name is Feluka.
I love it.
We're going to be talking. Yeah, she's really nice and she's really amazing. And she's so young, but she speaks about, obviously a lot of feminism in her talk. A lot of... she's from Egypt, but she's based in America. So a lot of, talk about Egypt and America and that, kind of staying in both worlds.
Wow.
Which is really cool.
What's the Friends thing? Talk me through this.
Oh, man. Gabrielle Union is set to host a famous episode with an all-black set.
Wow.
Which is cast, sorry.
Yeah.
So that means, when
So
Friends...
Rachel and Monica and Ross, they'll all be black?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
They will not themselves. It's going to be different people, I guess.
One.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
I'm just thinking, when Friends kind of, especially recently right now, a lot of people are saying there was no, black people in the cast. So now... this is interesting, so we're going to dive into it.
Which isn't totally accurate because Joey went out with a black girl.
Yeah?
In, I don't know it was one of the later series. He fell in love with her because she was actually going out with Ross, and then Joey fell in love with her, or vice versa.
Maybe it's the representation generally, which is kind of interesting.
But generally speaking, it was white dominated. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, but I didn't think there was a lot of racism there in Friends, but it's interesting. So definitely we'll talk about that. In addition to some Sharjah news, Anna, some Sharjah students gets back to school Sunday, and low-income patients get free heart surgeries in Sharjah, which is also interesting.
There will be parents literally holding their breath till Sunday. There'll be, I'm just saying, school starts Sunday. They're going to be pushed to the edge, parents.
And of course, the big news with the COVID-19. We do have the updates for today. It's a bit big, but we'll tell you about it. No worries.
Yalla Home
with Anna Schofield
and Big Hass.
On a Wednesday night, it's the day before the weekend, people, 5:15. And the first thing we're going to do is start the show with the numbers from today. They are in. Hass has got them. I don't know the scores on the doors.
Scores,
so, here we go.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Health and Prevention today, 23rd of September 2020, have announced 1,083 cases of COVID-19. But the catch is this. I think this is one of the highest for sure. 103,000 tests been done.
Okay.
So in the past 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen, 103,199, I don't know, he didn't have to read that number, 103,000 plus have been actually been tested, and out of which 1,083 cases have been confirmed positive COVID-19. Out of the 1,083 cases, obviously announced in the past 24 hours, 970 recovered. We sadly have one death, bringing the total death of COVID-19 in the country to 406, and that brings the total cases of COVID-19 in the UAE, Anna, to 87,530 cases as of today. God bless everybody. Again, don't need to worry, because obviously there's a big amount of tests, you guys. 24 hours, 103,000 tests. So just do the math, and that's, we are still at, around a little bit more than 1%, but that's still... the reason why the numbers are high is because of the tests were a lot.
Yeah. The more we test, the more we find.
Truth.
Not good. Let's look around the world, and obviously COVID-19 dominates. It absolutely dominates. The UK is just imploding again, fighting about who did what to whom, how, and what was wrong. They just need to apply their restrictions and get on with it. Madrid is in lockdown. Stick to the new rules or pay the price, a doctor has warned. And that's what they're actually saying to the UK. They're just saying, for goodness sake, do what we're doing. We've got dogs deployed now at various airports around the world to sniff out coronavirus at airports. This is the new thing.
I don't know. I heard that. Is it confirmed? Like, is it a source? Here. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's crazy,
Helsinki Airport. Helsinki. Sorry, making places up. Helsinki Airport is trialling it, and dogs can detect COVID-19 with close to 100% certainty. That's just incredible. Dogs are astounding what they can do with their noses. We have this is so sad, 380 whales have died off the Australian coast because they became stranded. China has come out and pledged to become completely carbon neutral by 2060. That sounds great, and then you do the math and go, okay, that's another 40 years, okay. But anyway, they are saying that's what they're intending to do, which is great. And there's some funny old stuff going on in Russia. I don't think I should really talk about it, but in the middle of the chaos, you see a headline that comes out of Russia like that and go, what are you on? So a second lockdown floating around for the UK, Madrid using itself as as an example and saying, for goodness sake. And the Australian government are being sued for failing to lock down a ski resort during the pandemic. And that's also quite interesting. So there's a lot of kind of fighting now, and people throwing mud and, it's getting nasty.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy you say that, Anna. I mean, there's this picture that the New York Times posted as well. And it's a crazy picture. And the caption is this: the Earth has a deadline. The climate clock in New York is keeping time. This is crazy because, a lot of people, according to the clock, there's a little more than 7 years.
Wow.
Because of everything going on. But when you see it, it's like this. It's like a clock, I'm just showing it to Anna right now. And the clock has seconds, minutes, hours, and years.
And this is the environmental clock.
It is like
the climate
they're
clock.
telling you 7 years the Earth has. And if you look at it, yes. And this is something we've been on the show for 2.5 years right now. Yeah. We started talking about it when we launched the show, I remember.
Yeah, we did.
With Thunberg and many others.
Yeah.
We were really big and still big on climate in terms of talking about it. But that's crazy for someone to tell you that there's a clock out there.
7 years. I think it's 7 years to turn it around. And after, if I remember correctly, and after 7 years, there's nothing we can do.
You can't turn it back.
Completely mucked it up.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like the deadline, they're saying it. And
Iceland came out last month and started begging. The government begged everyone to take note that the big glaciers were melting. Yeah. Iceland's flooding. And they did it again. It's been in the news as well. And no one's taking any notice, apart from Prince Charles. He stood up and said, you know what, climate change is going to be worse than the pandemic. And we all go, yeah, but we got no tests. And we all start talking about the pandemic again.
That's why it's crazy.
Yeah,
a lot of things are happening in the world, and it's our job obviously to document it right here on Pulse 95 Radio. But let us know, ladies and gentlemen, how you are, how you feeling. Again, just a quick reminder, 1,083 cases for today. Please be safe. Please wear your mask.
Yalla Home
with Anna Schofield
and Big House.
Day before the weekend and sliding towards 5:30.
100%. We are celebrating the 90th National Day. At least I know I am, and many people and brothers and sisters, and even my co-hosts from the UK is celebrating. The Saudi National Day is celebrated in Saudi Arabia every 23rd of September. And this is, to celebrate and the renaming of the Kingdom of Najd and Hijaz to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia right now.
Wow. Okay.
It was made a national holiday actually by King Abdullah, rest in peace, in 2005. So
that's how long this day has been celebrated.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's sad. I mean, it's like a bit of a history. I don't want to get into it, but for Kingdom of Hijaz as a whole, Saudi's been on for like 250 years.
Right.
But the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has been on for 90 years. This is what we're celebrating, obviously, today.
See, it's nice to know because I don't know. And it's lovely to be able to ask you that.
But I actually just want to take the opportunity, if you don't mind, Anna, here, like I want to say, you hear a lot of things about Saudi Arabia. And again, I am, today in the morning, I was in a very, very nice event that was held by the UAE officials government, and I was invited to it. And, lots of amazing unity and incredible, vibe between the two countries, really.
Nice.
You can see it in the streets right now. You can see it. Everyone is talking about that. But I just want to say, like, there's a lot of negative attention and media coverage, especially I'm talking about my country, because of what the West, mainly how it is, pushed. And yes, there are many things that are wrong, but I felt today I woke up, actually I didn't sleep till now because of the NBA thing, but I was like, just, looking at the state of this, Saudi Arabia, the amount of things that they were able to do. I look at that. I look at the sisters in Saudi Arabia, the women. Look at that. Look what they were able to do and accomplish.
Sure.
Yes, they only got their driving, licenses just a couple of years ago, and that is, that's like, I don't understand why it took that time. But I think the attention is also wrong, and I found myself tearing a little bit because I'm hearing like all these nationals, anthems, and I'm like, why? Like, you just look at a country like this, and it's like the only thing that you can think about is, we're backwards. Oh my God, they're like, this and that. And it's like, I don't get it.
You know what? You don't need to. It's lovely. First of all, I understand your pride for your country. Passion, love, it's where you grew up, it's where you're from, it's your home, it's where your parents are from. Just, that's okay, and concentrate on the good. You don't need to sort of address the bad. Remember that the West is also listening to what Saudi's doing now.
Yeah.
The fact that every time Saudi does something, and I've been here 2.5 years with you. Look at the things we've covered over the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Saudi is the one that's striding ahead. If this was the 100-meter sprint, Saudi is way in front, and that's because up until a few years ago, it was different, but now they're deciding to make changes, and boy, have they. I mean, the ambition is intense.
And exactly, Anna, this is what I want to kind of look at, and I think it's important, yes, of course, we're all feeling happy today, but at the same time, you have to address certain things. There's a lot of amazing, incredible ideas. It's the youth that makes me cry.
Right.
Like, I look at the youth, and I go like, you can't say that, that you can't judge, I'm going to use that word, because of all perceptions that you had about a country before. Because Saudi Arabia is a bit different. Let's be honest, it's different. Yeah. And there's a lot of things in Saudi Arabia that doesn't happen in anywhere in the world. I get it. But I look at the young, and I look at the youth, and I look at the government, what they're trying to do. They're really pushing narratives.
They are.
And I'm from Saudi Arabia.
It's okay.
I'm from Medina. I'm from Jeddah. I grew up there. This is my hometown.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about when I tell you like how it was and how it is right now. The government really pushed to break stereotypes. The government really pushed to make things a little bit, calmer and cooler. The government did a lot, and shout out to them. And it's not easy, given that, it's not easy to break things sometimes.
To break the mold and to change a mindset.
They did it. The way they're doing it was super, like, to the point, and that's it. And I look at the youth, and I look at the young people, brothers and sisters, men and women, businesses. Everyone today was celebrating, and everyone today, if I may say, was creating incredible videos that came out. About 75 videos was dropped today.
Wow.
From all brands, and everyone was celebrating. All creatives, all done by Saudi hands, Saudi directors, Saudi filmmakers. We in the next kind of few minutes, we're going to hear an opera singer. She's an amazing singer singing the national anthem in Saudi Arabia, for Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Opera wife. 3 years ago, you would never even dream of something like that happening.
Right.
So we are, like Anna said, we are definitely striding. We are coming
striding ahead.
through. So peace and blessings to everybody. And I'm going to play this national anthem for Saudi Arabia, sang and performed by two Emirati incredible legends, Hussein Al-Jismi and Faiz Al-Saeed. This is the Saudi national anthem performed by them, and we're going to be right back.
Yalla Home
With Anna Schofield.
and Big Hass.
We love a Wednesday, and it is Wednesday. It's 20 to 6. Anna and Hass live till 8.
Okay, Anna, there's this study that showed that friendship is no longer a thing and that people are having less friends these days. So this is a you agree or don't agree thing. What do you think personally?
I need to know in what respect. Give me some more details around this. Because why are people... Is it because people live globally now? We all... I mean, I'm from the UK. I live here in the UAE. You're from Saudi. You live here in the UAE.
Yeah.
Dubai has 95%. Well, actually, the UAE, but specifically that emirate is always named as having a 95% expat, excuse me, kind of community. So with that being the case, people are just moving around all the time. I've got South African friends, I've got Zimbabwe friends, I've got Australian friends.
It's for all these reasons and social media. So, for example,
Social media,
15 years
yeah.
ago or 20 years ago,
Okay.
I used to actually call my aunts, uncles when Ramadan happened. Call. Hello.
Dial.
Yes. My dad used to gather us around
Yeah.
and say, hey, call, speak to your uncle, speak to your aunt, speak
Got
to
it.
your, you know?
Yeah.
Actually call. And I would be like, no, Dad, I don't want to speak.
I know.
Hi, uncle. Wow. You know,
Thank
blessed
you.
Ramadan. I love you. Okay. I'm being honest right here as young.
All kids do it.
That left. That's no longer there. It's a text message, and usually it's forwarded. Like it's not even in your name. Like blah blah. I got 55 messages today from people I haven't heard about in 1 year. Exactly. Every year
they send
on
you
that day,
the-
they send the same message.
Right, okay.
So technically, we're talking about friends, though, right? And you said that you have two main friends that you are close with.
Yeah.
So they're talking about that number. It was like before it was like 5 and 6, and now it's between 2 and 3. And this is because of all these things, because of there's no much some sort of speech and visits and dialogues.
Yeah,
Everything's
you can
happening.
keep touch in different ways.
Exactly.
And you don't actually have to communicate one-on-one. You don't have to go around to someone's house and knock on their door. And you don't have to phone them.
Yeah, and also to be honest with you, totally, a lot of the people I know got friends from their neighbors. Started neighbors and they become friends.
Right.
Now this totally changed.
Yeah.
Neighbors don't
No,
want
I
to see
don't
each
do
other.
that. No.
Like if a neighbor passes, I'm talking even about myself. I don't want to see the neighbor. I don't want to know the neighbor.
I don't wanna-
Just let me be. You know.
I've
I
always
don't know
been like
what
that.
you do.
Yeah, don't come knocking on my door. I don't know you.
100%. Before it was like come and welcome and please come inside and you know. And that they were saying that also shifted because of what you hear on the media. Like, you know, how do you let a stranger in your house?
Yeah.
You don't know this person.
Yeah.
You know, like, so
Yeah.
it's just crazy. Remember one time, and I told you that my grandfather had a store. It was like oh my God, Fustuk. I don't know what Fustuk is. Nuts. It was like nuts
nuts.
stores
Okay.
in downtown Jeddah. And when he used to go to pray, he never closes the shop.
Oh,
He
yeah,
just
you
puts a
said
cloth on the cash counter, goes pray, come back, nothing happens. And my dad was telling me,
Amazing.
you do this now, the cash counter is gonna go.
Gonna go.
Like they're actually gonna go take the cash counter and
Yeah, they would just take the whole thing.
so exactly. So that things have changed. Hence why relationships are also, you know, changed. And I agree with you. I think I only have one solid friend.
Yeah.
Decent one. Like
Yeah.
that's the guy.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, you know, like I think, you know, and
I've got 3.
the
three really good ones.
So you're between the range. The study also kind of shows that a lot of family members are becoming friends.
Yes, so
So-
one of those 3 is my sister.
See?
Yeah.
So that's very, I mean,
I'm like the average in this survey.
Yeah.
I am the person.
but it reflects exactly.
Right, right.
And I like for me, my best friend is my wife, and that's the one. My son is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, sometimes I call him buddy or friend or like
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm calling him brother. I don't know. So. Yeah. What do you guys think? 4215 Etisalat and do you agree or disagree that, you know, we have less friendship, right? Does that bother you, Anna? Does that
No.
make you a bit sad or
No. But then I've always felt a bit weird, you know. My sister collects friends like collects handbags, you know. She has
I got that for you. Okay, go
yeah,
ahead.
so she has that, and she's probably got 10 to 15 female friends that she manages to keep abreast of. I don't actually. I commit to 1 or 2, and then they're my golden.
Very interesting you said that. Before coming here, I spoke to my wife about that. So my wife is like us. Not
Right.
a lot of friends. Her
Right.
sister, however, is like your sister.
Loads.
20 friends. But again, we noticed that they're not like the friends that they're always there for her. It's like the number is big,
Yeah.
but you can't count on them.
I
And she
agree.
told me there's some things sometimes that it shows like they're
Yeah.
not there.
Yeah.
The ones that you're talking about, you can guarantee. You know that
Nothing.
you know the trust test when you fall?
Oh, yeah.
You ever do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's a drama thing.
Yeah, that's a
performing arts thing.
Wow.
They do that in performing
Yeah.
arts classes.
Yeah, so I just think it's very interesting what you just said right now. But yeah, let us, ladies and gentlemen, let us know. 4215 Etisalat and Do. We're going to be right back.
Yalla Home
With Anna Schofield.
and Big House.
The day before the weekend. It's just after 6 o'clock, 9/7. You're with us. 2 hours left.
100%. And coming up in this hour, we're going to have like a couple of Sharjah news, and low-income patients get free heart surgeries in Sharjah.
Yeah.
And also, some Sharjah students get back to school from Sunday.
Those parents
For
are
the first time,
celebrating.
yeah.
I am telling you now. We've talked about friendship, but we haven't talked about Friends.
Yes.
There is an episode of Friends, yes, Friends the series, that is going to be reenacted with an all-black cast.
Yes, 100%. And also the music greats, Anna, coming up in the hour. Can you give us a hint?
It's a love song.
Okay.
It's a very, very beautiful love song.
Let's see if we can hear the instrumental of it. Oh,
It's a bit country.
nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom tuning in. Hassan, I see you. What's the song?
It's by a gentleman called Kane Brown, and it's called,
Ooh.
I think it's either called Heaven or Perfect.
Heaven.
It's called Heaven. There we
Wow.
go. It's such a beautiful song. And
Kane Brown?
Kane
He's like a
Brown.
legend.
yeah,
Like the Kane Brown?
the Kane Brown.
Oh,
Well,
I can't
mean,
wait to find out more about him. Okay, cool.
No, now I don't know. I don't know what legend of Kane Brown you're thinking of. Is he my Kane Brown?
Could be. Also, I have a way to make Anna Schofield say something cool. Check this out, you guys.
Oh, amazing.
Why does that work every time?
Because it's such
You're
an
not
amazing
acting now, are you?
song.
Really? It's like,
No.
oh yeah, that's it. That's the song, man.
Everybody just sink back into the sofa.
Yeah, truth.
Great
Yeah,
song, yeah.
It's a.
It's a wonderful tune.
It's definitely a wonderful tune, and peace and blessings to everybody tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. One of the things we got to talk about, Anna, is again mentioning the Saudi National Day as celebrating 90 years. It's from its National Day, and
Yeah.
we gotta say this happened. I just had to step out a little bit to get like my medicine.
Are
right?
you really? I wasn't saying a word.
No,
I
it's
was-
cool. I mean, just
Okay.
stepped out in like
Ran out to the pharmacy around the corner.
and it's incredible. Like a lot of things happen in that 7 minutes. Just crazy.
Yeah.
Saw people. Saw somebody that knew me from, I don't know, a conference.
Someone wanted a selfie with you.
Someone
by
wanted
the
a selfie.
paracetamol.
and then all that time I was like, tune in to 95 FM right now. Like,
Were you?
Yeah.
Were you selling on the
Yeah.
way? I love you for that.
So,
Brilliant.
brother man, if you are listening, and he had a really funny story, I'll just say it before the prayer. He was coming in,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm like, how you doing? He's like, his foot and his thumb, there was something wrong with his thumb.
Oh, no.
I said, oh no, what happened? And he's like, man, you're not gonna believe it's a long story. And I'm like, oh, I don't have a lot of time, but
I can imagine you go, oh no,
yeah, no.
oh no.
But tell me quickly what's happening.
Yeah.
And he said, bro, I was dreaming. I'm like, okay, get to the story.
Starting at the beginning.
Shout out to the brother, man.
Yeah.
Brother T. Okay. He said don't mention his name. So Brother T, I see you.
Brother T, okay.
I hope he's listening. So he was dreaming, and then he dreamt in the dream that he kicked something.
Oh no.
But in his bed, next to his bed, there's a wall.
Oh.
So he
kicked the wall?
he kicked the wall. His thumb is like,
Do you mean his toe?
toe. Did I say toe or
You
thumb?
said thumb.
Oh my God. See, this is the kind of day it is. Toe.
Yeah, toe. Because you said there's something wrong with his foot, and then
Yeah.
you said his thumb, and
My
I'm thinking,
bad.
poor man, he's got hands and feet
No,
issues.
yeah, it's
no,
the
okay.
toe.
Toe,
So
the
he
big
hit
toe.
his foot dreaming, and then he woke up saying, "Oh my God, I need to go to the hospital
I've
right
whacked
now."
the
Yeah,
toe.
Yeah.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah.
So was he on anti-inflammatories? Is that what he was searching for?
I don't know. At that point, I really didn't.
You didn't ask?
And I gotta care. Like 95 FM, tune in. You're gonna say my name? It's like, don't say my name. Okay, I'm gonna take care.
Only you.
But
Only
yeah,
this could happen
peace
to
and
you.
blessings to everybody, ladies and gentlemen. We've just approached the blessed prayer of Maghrib. We're gonna be right back. Please feel free to hit us up and message us 4215 Etisalat and do. And again, blessed 90 National Day for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Yalla Home
With Anna Schofield.
and Big House.
Music's greatest songs. Worth covering. Original classic hitmakers.
So Hass and I were talking when I mentioned that I was doing a Kane Brown song. Hass went, whoa, the Kane Brown? To which I said, well, is it the same Kane Brown? And he did a little bit of research. Apparently not the same Kane Brown, but you realise that my Kane Brown is an absolute legend.
Yeah, he's super dope. He has a song that we play with Khalid right here Saturday night. Really, really dope. But I want to know more about him, and this is what the Music Greats is all about.
The story behind this song is gorgeous. And I mean it from his side, but also from my side, this song was given to me, and so very, very special and very, very beautiful in my life. But when you actually realise how the song came to being, you'll love it even more. And actually where Kane Brown came from and his childhood. And when you hear some of the things, you know, these great musicians, these incredible artists, and they're clearly musicians through their bones, the things that they endured as children, and you realise maybe that's what it's all about. It's just the outpouring of emotion and all the things that went on. He was born on October the 21st, 1993, Kane Allen Brown, American singer and songwriter. He first came to sort of public's attention through social media. He released an EP and it was titled Closer, and that was in 2015. And then he had a single in 2015. He put that out. But he was then signed to RCA Nashville. So here's the thing that I have to say when I do a country song. I bring a country song of any sort to the show. Hass will go, oh, I hate country. Right, that's what he thinks. He just, I don't like country. It's not my thing, fam. I'm hip-hop dude. I like other genres, but mostly hip-hop. This is what he gives me. And then I go, well, listen to this song. And they go, oh, this is amazing. He's awesome. Anna, I love Kane Brown. And this is what you did.
Yeah, no,
This is you.
100%. I think I take that from my mom, to be honest. She's like a huge country buff. And I think maybe my inside heart, there's a corner that really likes country. Yeah.
Every time I bring a country song, you go, oh, yeah, it's dope. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do secretly like country.
Touché.
Okay, just saying. All right, so let's get down to him and what happened to him. So Brown was raised in the Northwest in America, rural Northwest, okay, sort of Georgia kind of Tennessee area. And he's multiracial. He has a white mother called Tabitha and an African-American father who is also part Cherokee. Now, he said that he didn't know he was biracial. These are his words, until he was 7 or 8 years old. Had no idea. He just thought, and these are his words again, I thought it was full white. I found out that I was biracial and I still wasn't thinking anything of it, but then suddenly I started to get called things. And we all know the word that was thrown around there. I'm certainly not going to go anywhere near it, hate it. So once he realised what that word then meant, that's when it started affecting him. And that didn't happen till he was 8 years old. So imagine a child having no concept of racism till that happened. And then he started getting in fights. And then it was all about that. His father actually was in jail, and he was raised by a single mother. So this is the child so far. This is, you know, he didn't know his own background, didn't know his dad. This is the guy. Quite often he was homeless. The family moved around. He went to loads of different schools. So again, he's having to sort of adapt to all these awful things. And then one school he went to in Georgia, he joined the choir. And there he learnt that he had a voice, and that tapped into his musicality, and he ended up being a runner-up on season 10 of American Idol. So he ends up there, and you know, he did really, really well. His grandmother, by the way, used to step in and help raise him as well when whatever was happening with his mum was happening. But he grew up listening to country music, became interested in R&B, and that's where he sits. So he does that bridge thing of having all these kind of lovely R&B tones to him, but grew up on country, so gets it. So he wins a talent show in the 11th grade, and he's singing in all these choirs. He also auditions for the X Factor in 2013, having already been involved in the other one, American Idol. He then goes to the X Factor. He does this audition and he gets through and they love him. But the producers then say they want to include him in a boy band. He's like, no, I'm not in. And
Good for him.
He left. That's the second story we've had of that kind. Who were we talking about? I think
They
it was
ruined
a
them.
female. Yeah?
In my opinion, all these shows, it's ruined. Yes, there are big examples of them, but coming in. But I think it's ruined. I think
Listen,
if any
when-
artist is listening in,
don't do what you don't want to do.
Yeah, don't do that.
But it's hard to say no.
I get you.
You've got big money.
Yeah.
You've got big exposure. You want to be a musician. I mean, the thing is, if it happened to one of my children, I'd probably say, do you know what, do it. And then we'll get you out of the contract in a couple of years and be you. Do you.
It's interesting you say that, not to because they
Is it
put you
bad
in
to
a
do that?
10, 15 years contract. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. So Kane Brown, he leaves the X Factor. He's going to have been in a big boy band. He's left it behind. It's 2014. He starts posting videos of him covering songs. And he revisits a song that he released way back when, Used to Love You Sober, and it got 1 million views. And of course, we all know how it goes. From there, he started bumping up, and it started getting really, really good. He's now married. He's married to a lovely lady called Caitlin J. He proposed to her in 2017. They got engaged. He announced it in a huge concert in Philadelphia on stage. They were married in Tennessee in 2018 in front of 200 relatives. And then literally 6 months later, they announced that they were about to have a baby. He's super happy and he has this kind of crazy background. Let's talk about the song. Obviously, you talked about the fact that he's done a song with
Khalid. Yeah.
Amazing. But this song is all him. He didn't write it, though. It's actually written by 3 different writers. Here's the story. He's at a songwriting camp. You know, they do these songwriting camps.
Love those.
Yeah. And people use them all the time. I mean, lots of the artists talk about these songwriting camps. He's in a room and he's working on another song that is later on the album. He's working on that and he stops for a second and through the floor he hears this song, Heaven, being sung. And he said he put down his like paper and he stopped and he went, I want that song. I want that song. And he went off to find the song, listened to all of it. It reminded him of the person he loved most in the world and he just went, I'm going to have that song. And he did. And that's how it came to him literally through the floor, which makes it all the better in the middle of the night.
It comes in unexpectedly. I think great things generally come in when you least expect it. That's a general rule.
Yeah.
Like when you least expect it, boom.
Yeah, I always call it left field. It comes from the left-hand side. You can be staring straight ahead and you got your focus on in your game face and you're like, I want that.
That's what happened.
Bam.
Yeah.
But you have to see those opportunities. You have to be big enough to kind of go, all right, then I'll go left here. This wasn't my plan, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah, but in my case, for example, I got hit by it. Couldn't avoid it. It's a boom, okay. I'm talking about my wife right here. Boom, like, okay, can't avoid it.
Did you get hit?
Yeah. But yeah, that's another story. I think that's another song.
No, that's another song. Actually, this could be this song.
Could be.
All right, so you listen to the words and you'll get why it's so amazing. So if you want to give this to your wife later, she's going to love you for it.
I think we do listen to this song. That's what I'm telling you. The Kane Brown, when you brought it in, it's so cool. He's on our radar.
Is he?
Yeah.
I love this. You're such a country fan.
And because of Khalid, to be honest, and he's an amazing. But now knowing all the things that you said about him, and that's why I like the music greats. You know, it's because these stories like that, you bring it to life.
Right.
The fact that this song came from the floor.
Yeah.
And
came through the floor.
Through the floor.
He
Boom.
wasn't looking for it.
Yeah.
He was writing his own stuff. He had
Dope.
different collaborators. He wasn't even working with the people who were writing it downstairs.
Yeah.
And so here it is. So have a listen to this song. Have a listen to the words. It's incredibly special. Kane Brown with Heaven on the Music Greats on Yellow Home.
Pulse 95.
All right. Anna, let's talk about the fact that after 6 months, students in Sharjah will actually return to the classroom on September 27th. As you know, Sharjah did not start with everybody like with a couple of weeks ago or so. They gave 2 weeks to see and understand. But now, some students are actually resuming in-person classes. While of course following the COVID-19 protocols.
And there was something that I actually wanted to run by you today. So this couldn't be better timing in terms of Sharjah letting children go back to school. There's new research coming out, and I feel like it's from Greece and somewhere else. I need to remind myself. And what they're saying is that children don't pass COVID-19 on to adults. That's what I heard. This is what the research is saying, that they do get it, obviously, and they can carry it. But actually, in terms of passing it on, they're not major passer-oners. And obviously, this research is key, because if that proves to be, bear in mind that this research, they're still they're still doing it.
Yeah.
But if that is the situation, it means that it's safe for schools to open, and it's
but
safe
see,
for parents
but this is
to
the
trust.
problem. I mean, the WHO went on and said that kids are carrier of it, and now but this is the problem exactly.
It's new research.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is the problem about this whole disease. It's every day is a new thing. It could,
Yeah.
you could, this research could be
Agreed.
right, could be wrong. But you know what I know for a fact is that they do. Some kids are getting it.
No, and
know?
that's not what they're saying.
And passing it on to parents, grandparents.
It's an adult thing.
Yeah.
So the research was about how frequently and how much and what are the percentages of kids passing it on to adults, because that's the major thing is people are worried that kids will get it, but then they might give it to their grandparents,
Yeah.
and grandparents could be in trouble with it. So we all have to be respectful of that. But
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
No,
Just
100%.
saying.
No, I hear you, fam.
Interesting.
But I think it's definitely interesting. But I think this is why the world is on fire right now, because of these mad information floating around.
Yeah.
You're saying this is coming from Greece. Someone else would say this is coming from I don't know what. Because again, I know for a fact that the WHO announced that no kids
Yeah, but
actually get it.
the WHO
and carry it.
announce what they have at any given time.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them for getting it wrong sometimes, because they literally announce what they have
True.
and what they know
True.
at that time. But they will always come out and go, oh, right, now we know this.
Yeah.
Now we're saying this.
Yeah.
So this is the new research which is being done because schools are opening. So
True.
it's very important.
Schools in Sharjah were initially supposed to reopen on August 31st, which is the first day. But then, however, and a lot of people are saying it's a surprise. I don't think it's a surprise. I think Sharjah actually did really well by adapting to the situation and checking it out. And now some students are actually going to in-person classes starting Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back.
Yalla Home
With Anna Schofield.
and Big Hass.
This is Local Pulse with Big Hass.
Coming up to 7:20 on a Wednesday evening. Delicious drive home. We're live across the UAE. Every day at this time, we do something very special. We not only play a local artist, we actually highlight the artist and give you the story behind them, because let's face it, that's what it's all about. Mr. Big Hass, who are you highlighting tonight?
Today, we are talking about Qusay Khidr, Dawn Legend. He's a Saudi rapper born in 1978. He's a good friend of mine. He's someone who's amazing, supported me from day one in 2007 when I launched the blog Revolt, and I met him in Jeddah in his studio. So he's an incredible hip-hop artist, singer, songwriter. He's a record producer, he's a rapper, television personality. He's a voiceover guy, a
Is he?
DJ. He's the first professional Saudi hip-hop artist. And he's somebody who, if a lot of people are tuning in right now and you want to know how to make it in a country like Saudi Arabia, you do what Qusay did, because he blended in that English and Arabic, never forgot his culture, didn't act like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, and he was wearing the thobe, and he was, having elements of, Hijazi or Arabic Saudi music in his rap.
Lovely.
Qusay also is the host actually of Arab Got Talent, which is like the Arabic version of America's Got Talent.
Right.
And Qusay was born in Riyadh, the capital, raised in Jeddah. And he's a fan of hip-hop since childhood. This dude loves hip-hop as a culture. He knows it. Not a lot of rappers know. Like, not a lot of hip-hop people know who created hip-hop. They don't care about the culture. They just like the shallow things, like the clothes, the whatever.
Yeah.
So Qusay is really, really enriched with that. He began DJing at the age of 15 in Saudi Arabia. And then at the age of 17, he actually moved to the United States to learn and to study. He attended the University of Central Florida in Orlando.
Wow.
And, this is where I think where he got to, learn about hip-hop and know the vibe of hip-hop. The cool thing is this. So Dawn Legend, he was named, and then, he changed it to Qusay. When we used to chill in the streets, and there was this Bluetooth technology back then, and we have the song, it's called Jeddah, Jeddah, What's the Dealio, and we had it on Bluetooth, and people were listening to it like crazy. They didn't know who the artist was.
Right.
But this song kind of went viral around the city, especially Jeddah. And in 2005, he actually signed with Platinum Records, who was just based in the Middle East, and he kind of took off from there. The guy is amazing because he blends in this East and West thing beautifully, and he's doing it in Saudi Arabia. He has a song called The Wedding, and he's talking in The Wedding how it's our culture to do this and do that, but he's doing it mixing English and Arabic together.
Lovely.
So that's why artists who still do English and you're still here, you're not going to make it because the people were not going to listen to you. And that's a fact. Still, no one made it. That's why I'm mentioning Qusay right now, because he blends it in both English and Arabic. Take care of your people. You want to make it, go to the UK, make it there. Make it to the US, make it there. But if you want to make it and you want to be proud of who you are right here, don't be mad about people, like it's not their music. And I really connect with that. If you want to blend in both, then do so. We had major examples. A couple of days ago, we spoke about Mish'al. Mish'al is a Saudi artist, but he's based in America.
Right.
He made it because he's based out there. They like this kind of music. So for the artists who are feeling, hey, I'm from Lebanon, I'm from Jordan, I'm from Saudi Arabia, and I'm singing in English and I'm not making it, then tough luck, bro. You're not going to make it here. You have to really go out there and come back. That's been studied. I hope someone proves me wrong. And until that happens,
Yeah.
I'll definitely talk about it. Qusay is someone who... Qusay is actually voiceover technique is amazing, and I thought you'd like that, Anna. He is the voice of Stan in Hotel Transylvania, the Arabic version, Summer Vacation.
Right.
He's really, really dope at voiceover. And he works a lot with Frederick, who's a legendary producer. He's originally Palestinian. Works a lot with Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Eminem.
Does he?
Yeah, Frederick. And they actually had a show, which is a legendary show that I hope it comes back. It's called Hip Hop Now. And this show launched in I think it was 2005 actually, and it was amazing. I hope they bring it back because when they launched it, there was no hip hop in the region. Now there's a lot of hip hop, Arabic
Yeah.
hip hop. So now is the time, and I
Now
hope
would be
I'm like
good.
the third co-host, by the way. So just throwing it
Right
out there.
here, people, big ass up for us.
He's just amazing. So he also sang with many people like Akon, Ludacris, and Carl Wolf. He's just amazing. I'm going to play right now a song that he has featured a couple of Moroccan artists with him, and it's called Dar Diali. Ladies, but guys, we've reached the end of our show. We love you guys. We salute you. Calming you down with John Mayer and Carry Me Away. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Happy Saudi Day.
Salam.
Pulse 95 Music. Great covers. Covered.